Okay. All right.
You're being streamed, so go in there, turn right, and go in there.
Just started, yeah.
Okay.
Not like you wanted.
So there's Oliver Squire was just showing up and walked behind me, so I momentarily distracted to get him to the streaming area.
No luck with the weather.
So again, this is a
Any opponent, you can start that clock.
Swiss format. 3 losses and you're out. Now, you know, everybody obviously is intent on winning this tournament, but they also have some additional incentive here in that the final match of this tournament, the final, will be played remotely. It will be played at the top of the tallest building in the world, the most famous building here in Dubai, the Burj Khalifa. So everyone's excited with the potential of making the final and playing at the top of the Burj Khalifa. So we're excited about that. Now this match, again, Zdenek, Zizka, Frank Talbot. We will have a live XG transcription. Justin Knoll is doing the transcription, so you'll have the XG feed here as well. So this will be fun. Let me, Tara did not get my, here we go, YouTube stream on day 1. Okay, I gotta go back over here. Pardon me one moment.
My only cancellation.
YouTube Galaxy. I got to turn it on here. As y'all know, I like to kind of have an interactive commentary process.
That was the finals.
And so I follow the chat lines. So if you viewers, if you have questions, comments, critiques, suggestions, want to hear your name announced over the air, just type in there in the chat, and I follow that. And as I can and when appropriate, I will attempt to answer your questions. So they're trying. I don't know exactly what they're doing here. They're waiting for this to get kicked off. Got to get all the pieces into play. There it is. So an opening 4-3. Zdenek's playing the black checkers on the bottom of the board. He's on the right of the player cam picture there in the top right corner. Frank Talbot playing the red at the top and is on the left on your player cam. So here we go. Nice 5-3. So Frank has back-to-back 8s, which allows him to send back yet a 4th checker, and he's extricated himself. So he's got a significant racing advantage to this point. Zdenek has 2 anchors in Frank's home board, so this is probably going to be somewhat long game. Now, as you notice, they each started with 14 minutes. They're using where most of us are familiar with 2.12 second or 2 minute and 12 second time settings. They're using effectively a minute and a half and 12 seconds here. So for a 9-point match, they're each starting with 14 minutes. So a little bit quicker time settings to keep the match moving, or keep the tournament moving, shall we say. We've got a lot of rounds ahead of us. I think there's 4 rounds today, and then the potential of like 7 rounds tomorrow. So it's going to be a lot of backgammon play. So in a little bit of a hitting exchange. This game's still trying to find its personality, as it were. Slot King Vegas Villain. That could be any number of people's. Probably Aaron. What's up, Aaron? So 3-4. Zdenek, he's got to try to get his home board built, so he's slotting the 5. Frank 3-4 doesn't give him much flexibility here, so he'll just play to the 6. XG would like him to hit, and he's, well, now he's moved it back to the 10, contemplating another 4, but plays to the 7. Bit of an error there. 4-2. Zdenek can make the 4-point. Now we'll, I know these guys both well, so I'll probably refer to Frank and to Z or ZZ during the match here, just to make it a little bit simpler. Okay, so again, Z's got the 4-point board already. Frank's escaped everything, but he has little flexibility of play. 6-4 doesn't really play well at all. He's going to play to the 3. He doesn't want to bury any more checkers.
Reminder for the doubles. Tonight, 6
5-1. Now it's kind of we'll see here. I think both of these guys in it will play with pace. They both play relatively quickly. They are certainly capable of judiciously using time when it's necessary in important situations of difficult rolls or difficult cube decisions. I'm sorry? What? Oh. Between games. Tara was noticing the boards are right now, Tara, right now. You okay. So anyway, Z lets it go. Frank's up 1-0. Apologize. Sometimes sitting out here in the pre-function area, a lot of people around me at times, talking to me or behind me, and so there can be distraction, and I apologize when that occurs. Okay. 4-3 for Frank. He's going to split him down. Three one. Now this is, I guess he'll just make the 5-point while he has the opportunity. I'm going to turn off the sound on his laptop. I'm hearing myself with a slight delay. Okay. So 4-2 for Frank. Now here we go. He's going to hit and then has to come down if that's his play. XG wants, excuse me, wants him to make the 4-point, but he passes on that. 3-2 by Zdenek. He's going to come in and hit. Frank obliges by dancing, and there's the cube. He lets it go, so we're at 1-1. Now, again, both of these guys play a fairly fast game. Zdenek is a renowned speed gammon player and prefers to play speed gammon pace, if you will. And Frank is certainly capable of doing that himself. And that this style of play is going to test the transcriber on occasion.
3-2. Z0 3-2.
Now, as we can see on the XG feed, Z's playing at 2.62 after the first 2 games, and Frank at 5.11. It's probably about normal for Zdenek, perhaps a touch high for Frank, but small sample in the first 2 games. So again, that was kind of a fast-paced game and fast-paced end to that game. So I think Justin's going to have to make a correction or catch up a little bit, and we'll proceed with game 3. Okay, here we go. 5-3 makes the point. 6-1 makes the point. Boxes. Pretty much a forced play there, as Frank had already made the bar. 2-1. Now, it's kind of interesting, and of course, I guess a bit of homerism here, or shall we say nationalistic pride, or however we want to phrase it. But I was talking to a couple of people before the match started, Ray Fogerlin, who knows these guys well and is a great player in his own right, he said, tell the audience that Ray said they can take it to the bank. Frank Talbot is going to win this match. So we'll see how prescient Ray is. Zdenek certainly probably has to be the favorite, but it's not by a wide margin. There's a nice 4-6, which puts 2 up. Zdenek's going to now. Is this he plays on? It was too good to consider doubling. Now does he bring? He brings 2 down and keeps them diversified, so gives him more opportunity. Now, if he was too good, he remains too good. That's unfortunate from his perspective. He'd like to. Would have liked to have made the 4 or 5 point, but the roll doesn't allow him to do so. So now he's contemplating what is his best option. Fewest number of hits, most number of rolls that will allow him to point were he not to be hit. But nice roll by Frank, allowing him to make a second anchor here. Now, as we can see, Z's up 72 pips, but Frank has a 1-4 game and a lot of timing, so no double take, pretty big no double. But part of the game of backgammon is psychological and game plan as much as beyond the skill, beyond the dice sometimes. So this might be Zdenek testing Frank's mettle here. And Frank takes it up. I think Frank has seen it all, so he's not going to be intimidated by that early cube. Okay. Aaron thinks Ray's wrong by a lot. You probably get some action there, although Ray's got a great match going on himself. That was kind of a tough choice for our second stream at this hour, but our other choice that we, unfortunately we only had 2 streams, but Ray Fogerlin's playing former world champ Ellie Royme in this round. So another great match, great pairing. So let's see, Frank with the 3-2 to play, so he hits and 4-1. Probably not volunteer it. He'll step up, yeah. 3-2. Frank can do that. Now, it's going to be kind of interesting. Zdenek still yet has that huge pip count lead, and it just got a lot larger, so 83 pips now. Frank doesn't mind recirculating another checker and trying to build a board, buy some time. A second 2-5 in a row by Zdenek, sending yet another Frank checker back, dancing. But Frank with the 2 anchors, he's in this game for a long time, and of course holding a 2 cube sustains the game as well. Zdenek can't cash it, as it were. He's just got to play it out. And we see that ZZ, that one early cube there, which was like a 0.16 error, kind of blew his PR up a little bit, but rest assured he will work that PR back down into 2 or 3 range in all likelihood before this game is, or this match is over. Okay. Threes. Again, it's a real hitting exchange. Frank is pretty much, for the foreseeable future, has some control of Zdenek's homeboard. Yeah, there is, Faraz, you could pop down You can watch any of the live matches in the playing room there. There's also some chairs, theater style, behind my location here as an example, so you can watch stream 1 or stream 2 live sitting behind me, and you can hear the commentary on a speaker we have here. So sure, drop by. Yeah, several people, and again, all a matter of personal preference and perspective. A number of people last night during the matches didn't expressed a bit of disfavor with the checkers. So be it. They're fortunately pretty easily distinguishable on the playing surface, and we have some good lighting in there, so we don't really have any checker glare problems, and we don't have any dice glare problems, which is sometimes a hazard for streamed matches. But we're using our special magic dice that Tara and I have developed that are effectively anti-glare. So it's working out well for us. Now, again, this is started at 1 o'clock in here locally, so much of the American audience perhaps is still in the bed. It was, what would that have been, 5 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Eastern, so Frank might not have as many of his countrymen watching as he might due to the hour, but we thought it was the best match to stream. Zdenek has a large following around the world. Great young player. I think he's 24 years old. Plays a superb game. Plays a fairly fast-paced game. So it's fun and instructive to watch, and certainly not going to be boring. So Frank, he's going to have to start burying some checkers here unless he gets some out. He would like to roll a 3 and get some of those extra spares. He's got those four spares on the ace point anchor there, so he would like to start moving some there. Yeah, Sebastian, you are correct. Zdenek makes a number of video lessons. You can find them online. Does a lot of podcasting, video, and vlog casting, I guess would be the appropriate term. He makes videos while he's here. Great ambassador for the game. Okay, so, Frank doesn't necessarily want to give up that anchor, but he may have to here. He's just going to go ahead and make the 3-point. He may have to give up the anchor on the next roll, but set of 3s, that's not going to play perfectly by any means. He can sustain it, but doesn't have much flexibility on his next roll to perhaps clear that 7-point. There, Frank gets the 3s in spades to get those spares in a position where he can move. Now he's just going to have to probably play 5-3 here. Now Frank needs something larger than a 3 to move some of those checkers, and there he is. 2 of them have escaped, so he's got plenty of play, plenty of timing. Were Zdenek to be required to leave a shot here, and now with that 3, he has very little flexibility. So let's see what happens. Frank with a lot of 4s to play, going to kind of flood the outfield, so he has, should Zdenek get hit, he's going to have plenty of containment potential. Whereas Zdenek, if hit, to enter and try to come back around. Now looking over stream 2, Oliver Squire and Jamil Dow are playing. I can see the stream 2 TV next to me here, and that's 2-0 Oliver early on. Okay, there's what a nice roll. 5-4 that enables him to clear the 7-point, but he's still got some work ahead of him to clear the 5 and the 6 without leaving a shot. So I'm sorry. Oh, really? Oh, I'm not sure. I saw. There's the dreaded 6-5 in that position. So now Frank's hits them both. So now we've and he's well positioned himself to contain anything. Zdenek's got 2 off, so there's no gammon potentials for Frank. So it's just going to be a matter at some point in time, in all likelihood, Frank's going to have a recube here. It's just a matter of determining when that best is the case. Now, he can, how does he do this? He can hit that thing, but he can also just bring a lot of builders into play in his home outfield there. He's going to hit it. Now he'll probably maybe come down to the 8, could come to the 6. Comes to the 6, gives him 2 builders for both the 1 and the 4, so that's probably the appropriate play. 2-5. So now Frank's getting close to that recube. There it comes. Redouble and a pretty good pass. And that was and you could see that potential developing when ZZ got stripped on the, what was that, 4-5 or 5-6-7, I guess it was. And, you're just a victim of the gods as far as the dice rolls go. And he rolled the worst roll he could at one point there at 6-5. He had to leave the 2 blots so Frank could hit with 1, 2, 4, 5. So he had few misses, and 27, what was that? He had 32 hitters, I think. So that would have been, almost 90%. So this one's going to be and it is an XG drop. It would be Zdenek's weighing his future potential here, but Frank's got the cavalry with the artillery lined up in position to contain Zdenek here. So I think anyone would be hard pressed, and of course we've seen that XG evaluates this as a relatively big drop.
Normally you want bottom player right player.
All players who finished already their matches, kindly you're not allowed to talk to players already playing now. So please let them continue.
Is that Dow's
you can
wife?
observe and watch only. Thank you.
There's doubles partner.
Ah, okay. Oh, he takes it. Wow, big drop, and he takes it. So a bit surprising, but that's one thing about these elite players. They're not shy, and like I use the adage at times that people talk about in various games and sports. You can't be afraid to lose, and that's certainly true in backgammon. You can't be afraid to lose, but by the same token, you can't be afraid to win. So you have to, go at it both ways. This is going to be a tough win, but look at this, a dance. Now, if Frank can make the ace and escape a checker, now that he gets them both out, so I think he just brings them both out. You don't want 3 blots in play. It's $20 an hour, you know that. Sergio. I said that's $20 an hour, charging. No. Okay, so okay, so look at this. Now he doesn't hit anything. Amazing. Jacques says that the take was correct, but our XG transcription showed the take was a big error. So we'll see. The XG transcription jock said it was a big pass, like 165 or something of that nature. So Zdenek said two pretty good errors here. He had a pretty good error on an early cube, and then a pretty good error on this take. So, one of Frank's biggest fans, Carol Joy Cole, just texted me. I had sent her a message that Frank would be on the line. I didn't know if she would be up this early, but she just texted me. She found it. She's watching and cheering on Frank. So, welcome, Carol. Good to have you in the audience here today. Thought you might want to see this match, Frank and ZZ. Doesn't get much better than that.
All players, we will resume our round from the master category and the intermediate at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
Okay, so Frank, this is one of those rolls where there's a incredible number of permutations. So he's going to go ahead. It looks as though his inclination is to kind of complete his home board somewhat and then maintain quite a bit of outfield control as these two checkers try to come around. Now, he can hit, but I think he's going to safety one of those blots. You know, Frank's got a 4.5 point board with two. He's going to come down and hit. I'm not sure about that. It's what XG wants you to do. And it's a big error to hit. So XG wants you to, to safety the one checker. So it would prefer that rather than wherever that goes here. So, what he's looking at doing, top left, clear off. Okay, so I think this, and of course we've seen the XG results, but this was my inclination anyway. You don't want to leave those two blots out there. Okay, so Frank picks that one up. Gonna diversify even to a greater extent. Dance. So now Frank's a favorite to make that 2 point. Does that. Gonna maybe come out to the 11 or the what would be 15 from Frank's perspective. Yeah. So he just wants to advance those 4 back checkers, position himself to make the make his bar, and then can just walk it home from there. He needs to get out to the 13, which bears on the bar. Zdenek's just treading water now on the bar. Now Frank, he can start the bar. There's no real danger. Zdenek only has a 2 point board, and he has another blot over there. So the good news for Zdenek is he got 2 checkers off, so he's not going to get gammoned. But okay, Frank still looking high. He's just going to go ahead and close it out. Figures with Zdenek with only 2 checkers up or 2 checkers off and 1 on the bar. Frank feels fairly confident in being able to bring this home. In fact, he's about a 95% favorite at this point. Now here he just wants to bear in such that rolls like a 6-6 doesn't blot, or a roll or two later here that a 5-5 and a 6-6 don't blot. So you got to be careful bringing him in. As you can see here, he's trying to keep an even number on his back checker or 2. Now you'll play both of those forward, probably, yes. Although XG liked the bringing it in, but very little differential. Now he'll go to the 6 and the 8. Now, well, this is fine too. He's going to go into the 5, which 6 and 8. Either way, this is actually best, but it's a thin margin. Okay. 3, 6. So he's play that. Could have played off the 5, but perhaps would have blotted earlier here. He'd like to now. Does he take a second checker off, or does he, prepare himself for the big doubles, 6s or 5s, and then a 4-1, which allows him to remove all of his spares. So very advantageous roll. 5, 6. He has 4 checkers off. Z dances. So Frank's, in all probability, well, the 4-1's not his best, but okay, Z's coming around. So Frank's going to win 4 here to go up 5-1. So maybe Ray was prescient here before the match, Carol, and others. Ray Fogerlin effectively told me to tell the audience that he guaranteed a Talbot win. So we'll see what happens here. Not Jen yet, but very close to Jen. Boom, that's it. So 5-1 Frank, and Z's had those two big cue bearers, one a double, one a take, and playing quite a high PR for himself. Frank's playing probably a little higher than he might like, but he's playing 475, which is a nice PR. Z's going to be most unhappy with his play to this point of the match. 3-1. He can hit. Steps forward. Nice anchor by Zdenek. Nice anchor by Frank. Now both of these, as I said earlier, leading in here, both of these guys have lost one match, so neither will be eliminated with this, but the loser will have 2 losses, so the loser will have his back to the wall in this 3-loss Swiss tournament. If you lose 3, you're eliminated from the potential of winning. There is a last chance bracket on Sunday for those who've been eliminated. Okay, Zdenek has a 4 prime, so Frank's not too excited about potentially getting another checker hit and sent back. You can make the deuce point, or you can come to the 8. He's going to come to the 8 rather than bury some checkers with a 2-point and take away some builders. That would apply should Zdenek vacate the 20-point, or with one of them anyway. Nice shake, makes the point. 6-5, so that's pretty much plays itself. Zdenek's getting to the point where he doesn't have too much flexibility here. Not many options with that shake, so again he's running out of timing. A 6-5, Frank's going to make the bar and probably put the spare on the 8. So kind of you can see they each have their opponent's 4 points, so it's kind of a standoff game. Okay, he can slot the ace and the deuce. Doesn't want to run. He can't get around the corner where that had been a 10. He might have considered that. Now he's going to play to the 5, probably. Ooh. Not sure about that. In fact, it's fairly large error. 80 millipoints. 4, 5. So again, Frank rolls a 9, which doesn't allow him to leave the 20 and get around the corner. Now Zdenek's really in a bind play-wise. I might keep the anchor and play to the 5, and that's what XG prefers. Not a huge differential, but and it's interesting. You can see Justin with his transcription of XG. He's really adept at running some higher ply analyses quickly on the preferred rolls, and these are very fast gaming laptops that we use for the streaming and for this transcription. So very fast computers can analyze these positions quite quickly. Okay, so Frank has a little option here, but to put him to the 5-6 now. Make the ace. Now Frank's kind of in a bind. Okay, he's going to play the deuce and the ace, I suspect. Yes. Very, very thin. XG actually wanted to go 6-1, but it's only 0-0-1 differential. No double take. There's another big cube error by Zdenek, and Frank obviously has been to this rodeo before. He snaps that up hardly before it hits the belt. 5-1. Mr. Simborg finishes up early and joins a good match here.
I had good dice and won quickly, so here I am.
Well, you're 2-1. That's great.
2-1 for me. That's amazing. Wow, this is a real match.
This is a good match. Zdenek has made 3 big cube errors, which is unusual for him.
I'll tell you my favorite Frank Talbot story real quick. When Joe Sylvester was winning everything, and they said he was interviewed, they said, "Are you the best player in the world, you think?" He says, "I'm not sure I'm the best player in my apartment." He was living with Frank Talbot.
Okay, so here we go. This is a pretty volatile little position there. Now that helped Z considerably, breaking Frank's board. But prior to that, had Frank rolled a 7 or what was that? 7, 10, 12? No, 7, 12. And gotten hit, that could have been for the match. Almost.
Yeah. Zdenek is giving a lecture on Sunday on Cube. he can use these examples.
Maybe he can. Show us where he went wrong here.
For those of you who don't know, this is very uncharacteristic for Zdenek. He's just an incredible player. And in Monte Carlo, I think his PRs were terrific.
Well, he got to the final last year.
Yeah, the year before last. Yeah, absolutely incredible. This is not characteristic of his game. Double shot, a double, and he got it. He got it. That's huge.
That is huge.
There could be some gammons here. Ooh. In is big.
So where's that go?
I'm coming out
up there, so it's 3 or 4. I think you come out.
Yeah, I'm coming out.
Miss. That's what we call a direct miss.
And I think he's going to leave an indirect here.
Leave the indirect. Safety the 1.
No, it's wrong. It's wrong.
Oh, it wants to.
You leave the 1 instead of the double indirect, and you can bring him home yet better.
There you go.
Wow. I would have gotten that wrong, I think. Why do I admit that?
Oh, look at here.
That's a great miss. If you're going to miss, that's the one you want.
So now it's or Frank's got a
He's got a lot of wastage here. I don't think you recube at this
I don't
score.
think you recube at this score. You'd be
Oh my God, it's close. It's actually close.
0-2.
Wow.
I don't think I wouldn't send it and give Zdenek
I don't know. You might send it against
play
a
it for
player
the
like
match.
Zdenek's one of the best in the world. You might send it. Frank's good at this. He knows EPC well. This is a classic EPC position. All that wastage, that's scary. It's really hard to figure. I could do this over the board in about an hour and a half.
So this is going to be interesting.
Wow. Oh, it rolled out to no redouble after he plus it. That's actually a good roll.
It's a good roll. Not many pips, but
Yeah.
it's 4 checkers.
It's a good roll. With all that wastage, it's a really good roll. Yeah, he has less
Okay,
wastage.
so now, after that,
Uh-huh.
what about the recube?
Again, if it's me, I'm sure shipping it.
I think it's a ship.
It's a
here,
pass.
and a huge, and a
Not
pretty
even a
big
take.
pass.
Not even a take.
Big pass.
8% is his winning chances.
Hey, Mike.
Calculating the take point, I would have thought the take point was close to that, but I guess it's higher. Well, that's right, because you can't recube for the match. Oh, wait a minute, 4, 8. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can recube for the match.
So what's his match equity when he passes? Yeah, it's a lot higher than 8%. Okay, that's the easy way to do it.
Now, what's he? Okay, so Frank's doing the math.
Ooh, Frank.
Looks like he's gonna.
Frank.
Seemed like his initial inclination
I'll bet you
was
he
to
doubles.
roll on. but
I'm a betting man. I'll bet you he turns the cube. Frank's playing poker right now. I think Frank is playing poker. There's no reason
Selling
not
it
to.
here, you think?
Yeah, I think he's selling. I think he's selling. I know Frank is just he's a smart guy. You know, he's a pharmacist. He retired, and he's now a teacher. He's one of the Backgammon Learning Center teachers, and he's just a brilliant guy. His math is incredible. He's up there with anybody. He's going to get this right. He's going to double. There you
There
go.
it is.
He was selling it. Had a boy,
Okay.
Frank. That's what they call poker.
now Z's made 3 big cube errors. Two of them on doubles, one of them on a take.
Yeah, were any
in
of them,
this match, and he's got a potential for a 4th, even the largest of the set
Yeah,
so far. But I
0.36.
gotta think he's gonna let this go. But just not much future in
Yeah.
taking that.
Well, it's tempting because you take the cube and you recube for the match, but then you have to figure out what's your match equity at 2 away, 8 away.
And Frank has a 4 off. He has a pip count lead, but
Yeah.
he's got some misses in his future with that distribution too.
So how many people know what your match equity is at 2 away, 8 away? That's the problem. Even if you could figure out over the board that you have 8%, do you know that's a take or pass? And I don't know the number, but I know it's better than 8%.
Lets it go.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure I would have been able to figure out over the board that it was 8%. All right, good cube action by both of them. Frank dodged a bullet there. He was in bad shape.
okay. So
Double six won him the game. How many times has double six won somebody a game?
Our next round
Uh-oh.
will be 3 o'clock.
I think double six and 1-6 seem to be big game winners. Double ones.
now, as this game takes a little flavor, I'm going to digress ever so briefly. I mentioned it earlier, and since Phil joined me here, that'll be it's even more appropriate. But telling everybody, the final of this tournament on Sunday, late afternoon, early evening, is going to be at the Burj Khalifa, the top of the world, and we'll be live there streaming that match. And you're looking at the pairing that's going to be doing the commentary. Phil's going to join me, and that should be exciting.
I hope that I'm not going to be able to join you.
You hope you'll be there.
I
but
hope
not joining me.
I hope I won't be able to join you. That's my goal.
But you'll be there either way.
I'll be there either way. But the odds are, I know what the odds are. I'm 2-1 in the tournament, but you can lose twice and still win the tournament. So I've got some room.
So Everyone will be keeping everyone abreast
Yeah.
of the streaming schedule and so forth. And that match at the Burj Khalifa will be late afternoon, early evening. So it'll be in non-sleeping hours for the Americans as well as the Europeans. So that should be exciting.
Oh, yeah. They pulled out all the stops in this tournament. Everything that you could do that's classy, they've done.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the things, Phil. They were trying to correspond the timing of that match with sunset to be viewed from the Burj Khalifa.
Wow.
Now, have you been up there?
No. I got in yesterday
Yeah,
morning,
yeah.
and I haven't seen anything except this hotel.
Tara and I went last Friday, a week from today, with Patrick Jabelli to for a meeting with the people there to look at the venue and plan out how we're going to do the streaming and
It's
what
gonna
have
be
you. So
amazing.
it's quite a view.
I posted this morning on my Facebook page a picture of all of your equipment that you and Tara bring with you to do
Yeah.
this kind of stream. It's amazing. I think you drove a truck over from the States.
Texas.
All right, double.
Double, which, trailing as he is, he's got to be a bit more aggressive.
And a quick
Frank's gonna
pass.
let that go.
Quick pass, sure.
Big pass. Now, to answer one gentleman's question, the tournament directors and organizers consider board color schemes for streaming, and they do to an extent. Tara and I try to exercise a bit of influence as based on our experience, what are the best color schemes and checker combinations and so forth. So some directors are more attuned to that than others, but occasionally, they have board sponsors that are supplying boards to the tournament that are to be used for streaming, and sometimes the board manufacturers aren't as attuned to that as others are.
Yeah, but these boards are fine for streaming.
these boards are
They're
fine.
Very good.
Some people don't like the checkers necessarily, but actually the logos and the writing on the checkers provide help some distinction too.
Yeah.
But the lighting such, we're not having any glare problems.
No,
anyway.
the beautiful thing is I can see the numbers on the dice well.
Well, that's
to me.
our special
Yeah,
dice.
to me that's the most important part of streaming is to see the dice. Okay, so we've got action here.
And it was good cube, good take. So
Yeah.
a proper play on both sides of
You
the table.
you double much faster when your opponent is 2 away because he can't recube, and if he just wins 1 point, you're in trouble anyway because he's at Crawford. So you always give the cube a little faster when your opponent's 2 away.
And Frank, by dancing, it's just full speed ahead for Zdenek here. So it's shaping up as he may well have a very good gammon potential.
Yeah,
there.
and he's right in the match if he gets a gammon. At 3 away, 2 away, that's a hell of a match. What are you, 40%? 60-40 match.
I think I play to the. Well, do you come out? XG wants you to come out. I was tempted to play to the 5, but we shall see.
Coming out was not on my list, and it was the right play.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It was not on my list.
I agree.
I over blitz, I guess. Michi gave a lecture on blitzing this morning, and I walked away completely confused.
Now we will get a link. That was live streamed by the local Dubai streaming platform company and photojournalism company. They live streamed that. We'll get a link. It was recorded, of course. We'll get a link to that and share it with everyone so that they can see the Michi lecture this morning. There'll be a Mochi lecture tomorrow morning and a Zdenek lecture Sunday morning.
Right.
So
In Michi's lecture, he raised a bunch of great, interesting questions, and he didn't have the time to really answer them well. I still think it was a very valuable lecture, and he's a brilliant guy. But I walked away with a lot of good questions that I'm going to have to put in XG and examine.
And they were the kind of things that it was kind of counterintuitive to what maybe sometimes we have come to think about
Yes.
blitzing positions.
Absolutely. It's not at all the way I learned about blitzing. It's a whole different approach. I always learned about the number of checkers in the zone being critical, and he was, can you play a 6, and do you have a spare on the 6 point? Those 2 things
Yeah.
I never thought about really much before.
Again, have we gotten that link yet to the lecture? Tara's, she's checking out. As soon as we get it, we'll post it so that all of y'all have the opportunity to see that lecture. Yeah, we, like Tara says, once we get the copy of it, we'll maybe announce a
Well, I think
specific time that we're going
I
to
think
do it.
you take all three lectures of these three incredible players and you make a really exciting video about it. Put them all together. You got three of the best players in the world lecturing one after another.
Tutor, as we, again, the local streaming platform is live streaming the lectures, but we will get links and we will post them for everyone's benefit.
So do you slot here? It's tempting. It's right by a tiny, tiny bit. I would have been a little afraid to slot with against that 4-point board, but it's very, very close. I don't think I would have had the guts to slot. This is my play. Oh, this is right.
You, I don't think I would either, Phil.
Well, you'd have to roll this out to really be sure. It turns out slotting is very wrong. This is a big difference between plus and 4-ply on this play. Initially, it showed slotting right, and now it's very wrong.
Yeah, we'll post those links when we get them. We'll post them on all the social media, Facebook pages. That'll be Mind Skillz, my personal one, Bill Riles, the Ace Point Facebook page, but the Mind Skillz one certainly as well. Mm-hmm. So you should be able to view it. And they've got some very expensive
oh my goodness,
camera equipment.
24-23 was right there. I would have thought you'd get gammoned a lot more there. Oh, it was a tie.
Well, it's a tie. Plus, if you get hit,
I never would have thought of that.
You don't. You maybe don't punch your board as he might now. So
if I'm Frank, I'm strictly playing gammon save, but XG like coming up.
Like to get.
I guess you hold
to get cute with it.
Well, you hold your board if you get hit. That's the upside of getting hit.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a great roll for Frank. That was big. That 6 is going to mean a lot fewer gammons. Yes, you peel here.
What about it?
Clear that's it. That's got to be right.
Yeah.
All right. Frank can just get away by losing 2 points in this game. It's almost like a win for him.
Absolutely. And I tell you, there's still some wins in Frank's.
Do you run now?
Here.
I think you run.
I don't know. I mean, he could roll the 6-5 or something like that to give you the double shot if you.
No, it's close.
You don't run. It's close.
It's close.
So it's the thing, Frank's playing gammon save, doesn't want to burn a lot of pips, but you give up some double shot opportunities if you break the ace now. So that's a tough call, and XG shows it's a tough call by the very close equity differences.
I honestly would have run. I would have run. It's slightly right.
Okay, and it's slightly right.
And now it's punished.
That's punished.
It's duly punished. No good deed goes unpunished. Ooh, we danced. There's still some gammons here. He needs to come in right away. And he does.
He's in.
That's huge to stop gammons. That's huge.
He's still got some work to do, but he's in better shape than he was. That's not going to help. He can go around the corner.
8 pips is average.
Well, I saw it as a 5-1, so 8 was.
Ooh, that's big.
That's not good.
Big.
Not good.
That's big. He needs big numbers here. That's not big enough. He's going to have to have doubles next time.
5s and 6s, huh? Well, 4s, 5s, and 6s. If he gets the roll, 4s, 5s, and 6s.
Nope.
No.
Now we got a match. Zdenek fought back.
And Zdenek, with those cube errors he'd made, it kind of blown his PR up, but he's carved it back down to 489, which is still disappointing for him.
I'll take it.
But he will be disappointed with that.
Sure.
And Frank's playing superbly at 307. So
I'm telling you, Frank has been a force in this game for many, many years. That's another big roll for Frank. Double 6 there is going to be huge at this score also. All All right, so Frank's take point is 26%, and Z's take
Z's,
point is 25%.
He's not wasting any time, but I
So-
don't know that's the best thing that could happen to him.
No, I'm not sure it is either.
Neither of
Although,
them.
yeah. So double six is not always your best roll. This is a good roll. Making an inside point. I would make.
Make the
three.
what? Make the three.
You're leaving a shot anyway. You might as well make a better point. And you get. Ooh, he can't hit. It would be.
Yeah.
It'll be illegal to hit.
Yeah, he didn't have a 6.
You have to play both numbers.
Okay, so he's going to make the deuce.
I think he might make the deuce.
He can make it with either.
Makes it heavy.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, no. He's supposed to make it heavy, and not leave the outside shot because that shot could be fatal.
Okay.
And he played that a little fast too.
He did play it fast. You got to think he had a certain game plan
Yeah.
in mind, and
Ooh, this is tricky. You're not supposed to hit here, but it's close.
very tricky. But
I was hitting
Wow.
it. My gut reaction was
but
to hit.
look at what you got to do. Stacking.
Yeah. Oh, hitting's right. That was my gut reaction.
On the XG double plus changed it. So,
Yeah.
So it's
Well, I'm a double plus player. That's why it agrees with me at double plus. But when they roll it out, I'm terrible.
wow. This. I mean, but yeah. I mean, it's just so ugly to play. What 8-2-6-3.
Ooh.
That's
That's not bad. .010. That's still a good play. Oops.
Kind of splitting the baby a little
Oops.
bit. But
Oops.
now what?
Well,
I don't think I play with 3 blots.
he wants to duplicate the 4 though instead of giving him a 5.
Right. But still, yet you're putting 3 blots in play.
Yeah, it's better. You're right. 1-6 is a nice roll for Frank. How's the race? Frank's still a little ahead in the race. It's pretty close. This is anybody's game. This
Absolutely.
is anybody's game. 1 point is clear. 4-2. 4 is easy. Frank would like something higher than a 7. I mean a 7 or higher. Higher than
Yeah.
a 6. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it. 5-2.
Z.
What do you do? Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
You can go ahead and slot it. Frank's not going to have any inclination to getting hit or to allow himself
Yep.
to get hit. So
He's not leaving a shot this roll.
Z can kind of play with impunity, slotting a.
That's a great roll for Z, being able to keep those 2 outside points and not leave a shot out there. That's a very big roll for him. And now it's cruncheroo time. It's crunching time.
Can't risk it. 6-3. So there's
Makes
a
the ace.
shot. So it gives him the 5 shot. A few more numbers, but he has a 5-point board.
Yeah. Frank's going to play safe.
Got to play safe, I think.
Does. Okay. Okay. Does Z play it real big out there? Ooh, no.
Wow.
That's too much.
You think?
That's too much.
It's right, though.
No, it's wrong
not.
by a lot.
12-3, yeah.
Wrong by a lot. You're just giving your opponent way too many hits.
Okay. Here
All right.
we go.
There we go.
There's their
17 hits.
17 numbers.
17 number. Not too many hitting covers, though. Not too many hitting covers. It's a double. Big double and a big take.
Wow.
Would I catch the double here? Would I have thought the double here? I would have thought about it. I'm not sure I would have got it. It's a big double. Let's see how this score.
And there's a few, what's the number? There's a very few gammons floating around out there. But
The lesson there is
And
highly volatile cubes are often doubles. Ooh, he missed. This is huge. This is really huge.
wow.
Right play.
Boom. Not quite.
Uh,
Not quite. So
Give
he
him a
just
one.
gives him the minimal number of shots.
yeah, you're up in the race. You don't want to get hit. You just play the race. Just try to race now.
Z's behind, but Frank's got the 4 and 5 point void.
So since I've been sitting here, Z's been playing the cube brilliantly. I missed the blunders. I would have. And Frank has too, by the way.
Yeah, it's a very well played match.
Look at Z's PR with those 3 big blunders. He's still playing 4.4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, big roll. Big roll. Wow.
Okay, so another big roll. Frank needs to set himself a workable set. That's not it. Got to have 2 sets. Or no, he's actually got.
He has that extra checker on the ace.
Extra checker.
I've seen
Okay.
players make the mistake,
So,
though, and give up when they could have won, but not at this level of play.
Nice comeback for Z.
Oh, yeah. 1 away, 2 away, Crawford. Classic gammon, go gammon, save. Up. Classic.
Don't forget. No, I thought it was flat foot.
3-2. Gammon save, you split. Gammon go, you would bring 2 down. He's hitting. He's going for the G.
You know, it's interesting how the game changes around, right? The last 2 games, Zdenek's need to be playing for the Z, and now it's turned around and Frank's playing for the G.
That's right. I love match play. It's 10 times more complex than straight money games. Much more interesting.
It's 3 o'clock. We will resume back now the match. 3 o'clock.
It's a good play. Very good play. Whoops.
Nice number.
Whoops. That's a big roll. Big roll for Z.
Whoa,
And a horrible
man.
roll for Frank.
Man. Frank needs an anchor.
Yeah, it's terrible to need an anchor when you're on gammon go.
Yeah,
That's not what you're hoping for.
but you're hoping for life, however faint the pulse might be.
Yeah. Any port in a storm is what they say about making that anchor. That is very good roll. That was big. And the dance would have been big, but this is pretty good for Frank. Frank must hit. He does.
Frank hits.
He does. And the 4 is ugly, but I guess you go into the
Go to the
4
4.
point. Yeah.
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 I don't
What?
know.
Oh, no,
I
no,
don't
no.
like
How do you
that.
not hit?
I don't like that.
How do you not hit a gammon go?
I think you hit and you play the 4.
Oh, I'd like to see
Wow.
that.
What happened to our moves?
I don't
here?
know. I wanted to see that. I don't know anybody in the world that doesn't hit a gammon go there except Frank Talbot. Maybe he was right. I mean, it's not like he's killing in the race. If you're killing in the race, maybe you would do that. I got to see that play. He didn't hit. I'm sure he saw it. That's not the question.
I think Justin's forgotten he's got it on summary and not.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tara ran in there to check on what's happening with XG.
Yeah, I think maybe Justin fell asleep. Yeah, he got a young bride, and he's came over from England. And you get tired. When you're old like me, you got nothing to make you get tired. So we don't have an XG feed, by the
Yeah,
way. I kind of like not having the XG feed. I like making a fool of myself, and people don't know it right away. They don't know it till the next day.
You're not proven wrong on occasion.
On occasion.
What have they? I guess they've. Well,
Maybe they've stopped to let
now the
let
clock's
Justin
running, so I think Frank.
Justin catch up. Justin's trying to catch up, I think.
Yeah, but Frank's clock's running while they're doing it. I don't know that they.
Oh, and Frank's clock is
Realize
low. Yeah. Oh, Tara, stop the clock.
They're.
Oh no, this is a big
well,
mistake.
She can go back and fix the clock, but let me.
Yeah, they need to stop that clock for Frank. This is terrible. All right, they're playing again. Frank lost a bunch of time on the clock. I hope that's not a factor in the game. He's got lots of time with 2 minutes left, and there's not going to be very many games left, so he's okay. Yeah, they're playing, and he's okay. I think he's going to be okay with 2 minutes left in this amount of time, but it still shouldn't have been running while they were correcting.
Justin has his phone, viewing tape on the phone, Justin. It has no relation to the clock. You got me?
Oh, this is a big double five. This could be the match, that roll. That gives him a big shot in the race that he didn't have.
But
Oh,
nice return.
yes,
So it's
yes.
almost dead even.
yes.
So the dice are going to dictate the winner of this. No contact, straight race.
Well, Frank's got an edge in the race. He's up a little bit, and he's on roll. He's still a good favorite in the race, but it's not big. Frank wins this game and will be a double match point.
Set of four.
Good roll.
Nice.
Good roll. For the ace. That's a very strong roll. Ooh, almost a double five. I thought I saw a double five there.
Okay.
Double
Set of
twos.
twos.
Okay. That's still a decent roll, I guess. You don't want fours, but oops. I'll take that. Even though I only get one off, I'll take that double fours. Oh, this double four is better.
So what's he got? 8 checkers and
He's
8 checkers.
Yeah,
So
he's
Frank's
a-
on roll, and
He's a double roll
good
away.
shape. Yeah.
Z better not roll a 4. He needs doubles. He rolled a 4, even worse.
Frank
Now it's gin if he doesn't roll an ace.
doesn't roll an
It's
ace,
gin.
so here we go, folks.
Double match point.
This is
And
the last game.
and they both, since I've been sitting here, they've both been playing about 2 PR.
Yeah, they both been carving it on down there.
Oh, man. We're watching two great players. There's a lot of them here.
You know, it's interesting, Phil. There's a lot of players that some very good players that a lot of us don't see or aren't familiar with.
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
Of, a lot of Iranian players, Lebanese, Saudi.
Yeah. My second round yesterday, I played a guy from Iran I never heard of. It's an older guy, sits down. I think, boy, I got this match easy. And this guy played great. I mean, he beat me, but he played really well.
Okay.
And I just played with a guy from Georgia who played very well, but I had good dice against him.
Who'd you play? You Pleba? Or was it somebody else?
Much older guy.
Ramaz, you Pleba?
Yeah.
Tall
yeah.
guy?
No.
Okay, different one then.
No, the tall guy was there watching and coaching him while we were playing. Why isn't this an immediate make a point? Yeah, I hit. It looked like an immediate hit. All right, DMP. Double twos. Making.
We do have XG.
Oh my God,
Devane, maybe you could
This
might
was
need to
tough.
refresh your browser there.
XG's not moving for us.
You know, and like you said, and I talked about some. I mean, look at the PRs now. These last 3, 4, 5
Oh,
games,
my-
they just
incredible.
playing lights out.
Incredible. How do you make 3 blunders and play under 4 PR? And 3 big Q blunders. I mean,
Yeah.
that's big coming in, but that.
Oh, look at this.
All right. Frank needs to. Ooh. Is that a good miss or a bad miss? I think he'd rather hit, but I think I make the bar. Give him the ace. He's got double in the outfield. That's actually a pretty good miss. Oh, ace and no cover. But
Wow, look at this. This is somewhat awkward.
I'm hitting.
Make the deuce point. Okay, or that.
I would have hit. Which must be wrong because he didn't think about it very long. I would have hit.
Man.
There's a blot on the other side. Hitting's fun. Well, you are up 22 pips in the race, so you're supposed to race. That's the theory.
Okay, so okay, no fear there. And now he's got to play off those 2 points.
Sure.
So
And you can't cover because you have no 3 if you cover. This is tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, he's still up in the race, so he should be racing. 6, 4. I'm going, baby. Leave that shot.
you get the opportunity.
Yeah.
Take it.
No, not legal. Yeah, there you go. This is my play.
So he's giving up what, 10s and
This is the roll of the match
8s
right here.
and 10s.
The roll of the match. 9.
And split the
Right
difference.
in between. Oh my god. Oh, look at this
Whoa.
bold. Well, there's 2 blots in the inner board. I love
2
this
blocks.
play.
Yeah, yeah.
I love this play. This you got to look for action. This is a real action play. All the hits and covers have a 1 in them. You don't roll. He doesn't roll a 1. There's going to be action. Of course, if he just plays safe here, it's easier for him to bring it home. I don't know. I think I make this play. I love it. I love it. This is action.
That's a nice
This
play.
is action.
5, 6. Well, this is
Clean them both up.
exactly what he.
No, you clean them up.
Yeah, you clean it up, but I mean, this is exactly
What's he
why
looking at?
Z wasn't afraid to make this.
Yeah, yeah. But this is still a very good roll for Frank. It just
Absolutely.
for pips. I just pick up my dice and smile here. There's no hitting play that makes sense. This match was a yo-yo, back and forth. Z took the lead, and
Well, he can make the prime right here if he wants to.
wow,
You know, there's
it's wrong.
wow.
It's wrong to make the prime.
Yeah. Okay.
It was very tempting, though. I'll tell you, if the gammons were in play, you might do it. If gammons mattered, you might make the prime.
Right.
I think that's the difference. DMP. I learned from Stick that you just got to play thousands of DMP games to see how different it is from playing normal backgammon. Over and over and over again. Stick was the master at that. All right. It's still
It's
still a close game.
yeah, I mean it's almost dead even.
Very close. You hate to see either of them lose. They both played so well and courageously. And they're both really nice guys. Wow, I would flip a coin now. Oh, throw away that 2-1.
5-1. It's Wow.
Oh, that's the match. That is the match. Frank Talbot, my buddy from Detroit. I
Carol
can't.
Joy Cole, I'd sent her a message. She's watching.
Yeah.
She texted me that she found it. She's watching, so I'm sure she was
Well,
excited with that 6.
Frank is a product of the Flint Backgammon and Detroit group. I mean, you can credit Carol Cole for bringing along a lot of players, including Sly and Frank and a bunch of others. Bunch of other really fine players from that area.
Frank's at a commanding position.
It's over,
So you've
baby.
got to have a set here,
It's
and
over.
then another set.
Over.
Good match.
Great match.
Good match.
Great match. Look at the PRs. Both